Welcome to The Deciding Point, our Cracked Racquets weekly roundup of the biggest storylines going on throughout the professional tennis world. Was another busy week of action. We had 2 ATP 500 level events, 2 WTA level events, our first American Challenger of the year. Joining me to break it all down on today's show will be our Cracked Racquets Do Everything James Foster McDonald. Of course, we've also got Miami on the horizon this week. We talk about that. And then our deciding point, is Aslan Karatsev the greatest of all time? With that in mind, Westhoff, let's get to our topic. All right, Jamie, let's talk about the 2 ATP 500s we saw this week in Dubai and Acapulco. Now, it was a very next-gen-centric week up until the finals. There was no Novak Djokovic, no Rafa Nadal, Roger Federer pulling out of the action in Dubai after he played his first tournament in a year in Doha. And, heading into the semifinal round, you had Rublev and Shapovalov playing Karatsev and Harris in those Dubai semifinals. You thought, okay, a Shapovalov-Rublev final sounds awesome. In Acapulco, it did seem like from the start it was just a matter of time until Zverev was going to face Tsitsipas in the final. Now that's the matchup we got in Acapulco. In Dubai, things went a little awry, and we'll get to Aslan Karatsev in our deciding point, but Lloyd Harris making a run to his first ATP 500 level final, second ATP final of his career. Now ultimately, it's Karatsev who wins the title in Dubai. Let's start there. Your reaction to just all of the madness out in the Middle East?
Look, that was a really great week for Lloyd Harris. I'm not sure I could say I saw that coming. Throughout the draw, he continued to surprise me. But toward the end, look, you have to respect his game. He did a ton correct in that draw. And look, on the flip side of it, Shapovalov looked really, really good, was holding serve well. Great to see him performing at that top level on a hard court. Just ultimately not quite good enough to get it done. But I'm really excited for what this means for Denis Shapovalov throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I think there was a stat floating around. He's like 1-11 in ATP semifinals now. What that told me is, oh man, he's made 12 semifinals in his career. That's a good development for him. Now, obviously, we would love to see him win in that semifinal round, get back to a final, win another title. But it's funny how he can be 1-11 in semifinals, but because he has that one title, there's no freak out about Shapovalov. But FAA can make 7 different finals, but because he's 0-7 in finals, we all have to collectively panic. It's like, FAA's made more finals than Shapovalov. I'm tweeting that out, by the way, as soon as we're done recording this, because that is kind of funny to me, the collective freakout. But just quickly on the Lloyd Harris piece, over his last 52 weeks now, he's 26-13. He is up to number 52 in the rankings, and it's on the back of that first serve. He is, in my opinion, the definition of your modern player, Jamie. He's 6'6", huge serve, but moves really well around the court. Yes, the forehand is what he does most of his damage with, and he plays attacking tennis, but I just... again, 26-13, a couple of quarterfinals under his belt over these past 52 weeks. He's been that good. It's not just a fluke run, right? This has been the build-up, and yeah, things broke his way this week, but it's not a fluke.
Is he 6'6"? I could have sworn I saw him listed as 6'4". But
the hair gives him 2 extra inches.
Fair. Look, he's a big dude, and yeah, he uses that size on the first serve. You're right. No, exactly. And toward the end of the week, it's like, okay, we're expecting to see Lloyd Harris here. This is great. It wasn't just a fluke win at the beginning and then get stomped in the next round where he doesn't belong. So, no, this is great to see from Lloyd Harris, and I hope he can build on this moving forward. Yeah,
and now just to quickly touch on the Acapulco piece, and we want to start by saying this. Alex Zverev faces serious allegations of assault off the court, and the fact that there is no ATP policy in place to regulate what happens when this sort of accusation, when this sort of incident happens. We talked about it last week with Basilashvili. You look at it here now with Zverev. It's an absolute blemish, an absolute black mark on the ATP Tour. That being said, it would be disingenuous for us to not discuss what we're seeing with our eyes, and what we continue to see is Alex Zverev has all of the pieces to be the the best player in men's tennis someday. You look at what he does with this victory here in Acapulco. 6 straight season, he has won a title. Just for perspective, the longest active streaks right now in the ATP Tour. Rafa Nadal, 17 straight seasons. Djokovic, 16 straight seasons. Dominic Thiem's done it 6 straight. He hasn't won one this year. If he does, it'll be 7. And then Zverev is next on the line. He's won 6 straight titles, 6 years straight with at least one title dating back to 2016. Of all of the next-gen guys who are born 1996 or later, he's got 23 finals. The next closest is Medvedev with 17. You look at now for Alexander Zverev with his 14 ATP titles. He has more in his career than Raonic, Fognini, Ljubicic, Rafter, Henman, Nishikori, and Tomas Berdych. Jamie, again, take this in whatever direction you want. How comfortable are you talking about Alex Zverev's success is a question on its own, something we've discussed before. But, again, it'd be disingenuous for us not to say he's getting the job done on the court.
Yeah, look, he's looked good. I don't want to spend a ton of time on him, but yeah, he's looked really good. The serve is obviously a massive weapon. I still have my doubts about him in the biggest moments, what he can or can't do. But look, he's playing some really, really good tennis. He's holding serve. He's putting pressure on when it's his return game. And he's just doing everything right on the court. And so, yeah, Tsitsipas comes in as the 1 seed, Zverev the 2 seed, goes pretty much chalk in terms of the big themes. And we see those two guys duke it out in the finals. So it is what it is. It's 2 next-gen guys. We expect a ton of success for both of them throughout their careers. So, again, not surprised to see them go head-to-head in this final. And I'm sure there will be many other finals where they do the same.